Hello family, thank you so much for welcoming me back to my YouTube channel. I know it sounds weird, but yeah, I've not been here for months, and that is why, and part of it is why we are creating this video. And before we get started, just a quick disclaimer: I'm shooting near the window, so probably there are gonna be a lot of noise. It's a weekend, the kids are out there playing, the cars are hooting and everything. But yeah, I just hope that I will be able to, I will be audible enough to be able to pass my message across. And let's get started. So today's video is rising above our suffering, or rising above our disappointments or limitations. And what triggered today's video is that so I was going through social media, and then I meet a story of this guy who took away his own life. And so what happened is that this guy had tried to reach out to a certain content creator. He is a fan of his, so because in his mind he knew, maybe if I reach out to this person, everything is gonna be okay, maybe I'll just find the ray of hope. But unfortunately, at that time that he needed that, he needed to talk to him, the content creator was like kind of busy, so he couldn't talk to him. So the content creator was like, I think, kind of busy, and he missed the call, so they couldn't talk. But luckily, after a few hours, the content creator said that he was able to get to the man. In his mind, he didn't know who the person is. He thought maybe it's a customer because they deliver merchandise. So maybe this is a customer that the merchandise is not delivered or is having an issue. But as they continued to converse, first of all, the wife to the content creator was the one who picked up the phone. And when, as he was hearing the conversation, it felt like this is not a person that we were doing business with. It's different, and whatever he's talking about, it's kind of different. So the content creator picked the phone and started conversing with the guy. So the guy told him that, you know what, we have picked the call right now, but it's too late. But what I want to tell you is that I just want you to reach out to my wife, tell him that I'm sorry for all the things that I've done to her, and that I love her and I had no choice but to do this. So the content creator was like, what is going on here? So he wanted to know more. At that time, he was not in his house, he was driving, so he wanted to try and locate the guy. So he asked the guy, where are you at, so that I can come. The guy says like he's somewhere, like, I don't know if it's Karura forest, I really don't know, I don't remember that bit, but he was heading somewhere to the forest where he was going to commit that act. So the content creator tried as much as he could to keep the guy online, to distract him so that he can at least reach him. But it's kind of seemed like the guy had made up his mind. And backstory, guys, you know, the wife to this guy who wants to take away his life, she's pregnant, and she was due the following day. So and so and she was due the following day. So this content creator is just trying to like to get the details of this guy, because it's like everything is rushing, he's not really getting to know. So the guy told him that he and his wife are having some issues at home. Also, his dad, I think, is giving him pressure. Nothing seems to be working, so he has just made a choice to like take away his life. And then the phones hangs. So the content creator tries calling the guy, but unfortunately, I think the guy had set his phone such that when you call him, it says that he is not available, but he on the other side can be able to see whoever is calling him. So this guy decides to send him credit, but the guy not calling. So the content creator decides to call 999 so that he can the police can at least try and rescue the guy. But it was in vain, because the police just kept on telling him, it's like they were not reaching to an understanding. The police were asking him, what is the nearest police station to you, go report that, and this is an emergency. So the guy tried calling the number over and over again, until one policeman picked the phone, who really knew him, he was a fan of his. So he just told them the story, and then the policeman told him that don't worry, we are in our control room, and we'll try to see the last signal and be able to track it. So and again, another thing, after the phone, it was like the content creator said it was like 3 p.m. when the phone when the phone hanged. So again, when it was like around 5 p.m. the guy called, the one who was supposed to commit suicide. So when he saw that his call, he knew that he hasn't committed suicide, because as long as this guy is calling, it means that there is a ray of hope. So the guy again called, he picked up the phone, and then he told him, I'm still calling, but I haven't changed my mind. I have decided what I have decided. So just tell my family this and this place is where they could find me, and that I love them so much, and I'm sorry that I failed them, but I just had nothing at all. But it's just I've just reached the end. It's I cannot do this anymore. And then the guy goes off again, and they couldn't track him. So as the content creator was releasing this video talking about it, so he said that he had put a picture of the guy so that people can help him track the guy. And yeah, that is how the video ended. And then the following day, as I was checking the social media platform, so the content creator had updated that the guy had taken away his life, and unfortunately it was too late. The wife is in the delivery room, and blah 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 blah. So this story really made me feel really bad, because this guy that took away his own life, he's maybe he is in his late 20s or just early 30s. He's still a young man, he's still energetic, and a lot of us can question ourselves, like, what is really going on in this world right now, where young people are taking away their lives. Like, what is really going on? And some people like and I've seen on social media people saying that, what, that this generation is so weak, they don't know how to endure in pain. But I just feel that is not right. We are not a weak generation. It's just that the pressure is too much for us, and we don't know even how to communicate. Some of us grew in tough love, where we were not allowed to show our emotions. And I'm not like advocating to committing suicide, but I'm just kind of relating to that person, because you don't just wake up and decide to take your own life. It means that something has been going on. You have really tried, you were so much depressed, and it had reached a level where you felt like you cannot do this anymore. And about depression, I can say I think I have been depressed some years ago, like that is 2019. And what happens when you are depressed is like it starts like just a little stress, and then it builds up, and it comes from a point where nothing is working. You see, the guy said that he has tried everything. So at that time, even me, I was like trying, like it's like doors are closing in on me, nothing seems to be working. And no, at least there is hope when you are doing something, it's not working, but at least in the other side things are working. It's like you don't have money for food, you don't have money for school fees, the rent is not paid, you're thrown out, like nothing is literally working for you. So that was in my case now. When I was stressed at that time, and I just kept on sleeping, and then I lost a lot of energy that time. And what made me knew that there was something wrong with me at that time is that I couldn't perform simple tasks like doing the dishes. I just couldn't. Whenever I tried, I could just like wash around 3 cups, and then my body is weak. I'm just wondering, these are simple things that I used to do them effortlessly. So what is really going on? And it just kept on going and going and going. My health deteriorating. I'm trying to find hope. Like at that time, when you are depressed, it's like a black curtain is placed like in front of you. Like you cannot see the future, you cannot see the hope. As much as people may come to talk to you, as much as you may be encouraged, it's really not gonna happen. Like it's final. Only God, I don't know, maybe only God, only prayers can deliver you. So on my side, I was even tired of praying, and it's a feeling that I couldn't explain to people. So I remember just like as I was worried, like what is really going on with me, I went on Google and just like Googled science. Something just told me Google depression, of which most of us deny that we have depression, because we think depression has always to lead to suicide, which is not the case. So when I Googled, I saw some of the symptoms, like 100% of what was written there was true. And I'm not saying you go to Google. I was just in a quest to know like what is happening to me, such a way that I cannot be able to perform the simple tasks that I used to perform effortlessly. So and then and then I was like, no, I'm not going to be depressed anymore. I just needed solution. And I remember that time I also sought for solutions there, and I saw them. One of the solution was basking in the sun in the morning, and then just trying something new. So me, I used to go there and bask in the sun in the morning, because I was really intentional towards my healing, because I can't explain, I can't afford therapy and everything. So I could just go there, bask in the sun, pray as much as I could, and then that is when I guess I started drawing and just trying to divert my mind. And yeah, I don't know even how I became okay, but I just thank God that I'm okay today. So I just want here to tell you that to encourage you about suffering. Sometimes, of course, sometimes suffering is as a result of our own desires, or maybe you see somebody, they're doing well in life, you want to compare yourself with them, and once you compare yourself with them, you are hurting your own soul. You are trying to chase after things that are not meant for you, and when you don't get them, you feel depressed. So that is, and depression is part of suffering, anxiety and everything. It may be caused by our own desires, and of course sometimes it's sin. Let's say for it's sin. Let's say for example, somebody went somewhere and stole, and then his arm was cut off, and right now he cannot perform a simple task. As a result of his sin, he was able to lose so many things, so many choices we do, and then the consequences have really brought upon our suffering. And yeah, so one of the ways to like navigate through our suffering, or these times where doors seems to be closing in on us, is just getting to accept the moments. That is the remedy, guys, that has worked for me. When we live in denial, like, I can't believe this is happening to me, and no, it cannot be me, why me? Then who else is it supposed to happen to? Living in denial increases our suffering. So the earlier we accept that, you know what, this is that time that I'm going through this is that time that I don't have the finances to do this, accepting the moment really helps you to navigate. When your mind tunes into the moment, it begins to seek for solution, and like you just saying there in denial. And also another thing is that, of course, being in the moment comes with accepting, because I believe, like, this is life. Sometimes you're well, sometimes you're not well, and so being in the moment, just trying to tell yourself, like, what is this season trying to teach me as a person? What is this season, what message is this season having for me? And just like telling yourself, maybe whatever I'm going through right now, it's something, it's an armor that it's something that is supposed to equip me to be able to move towards the next level, because we don't know what is ahead of us. And then, of course, praying, guys. Praying really helps a lot, because you connect with your spiritual source. And about praying, it doesn't mean that you'll always be like, oh God, what is happening here? Sometimes just your tears, sometimes journaling your thoughts, and of course being honest with God. We are told that prayer is not just a petition, but a conversation with God, and you are allowed to ask those questions, like, why, God, is this happening to me? Strengthen me, oh God. Having those honest conversations. We see, like, David, like the story of Job, all of them are reached to a point where they're like, even Jesus, when he was about to be crucified, he just said, God, if it's possible, take away this cup away from me. So that tells us that we can be vulnerable as much as we can with God. He created us, he's our Father, he understands that, and that the fact that Jesus came to share in our pain, it shows that God really knows what is going through. And you can find that in this moment of prayer, the problem or this whatever you're going through is not solved, but at least you have peace. There is grace that carries you through. And when it comes to peace doesn't mean that there is absence of trouble. Like when we see, like when the disciples were sailing with Jesus on the boat, and then Jesus was in a deep sleep, and then there was thunder. It's like the boat was about to sink, and the disciples were screaming, and then just Jesus woke up and then just calm the storms. So it doesn't mean like, so what that story tells us, as much as we have God in our lives, it doesn't mean that we won't face difficulties. The disciples were with Jesus on the boat, and then it was almost sinking, but he came to the rescue. When they called unto the Lord, he came to the rescue. So call unto the Lord in whatever situation that you're going in. Just call unto God. And one thing is for sure, guys, when you are suffering, that is the time you lose a lot of people. That is the time your friends won't support you. That is the time when your family won't support you. It's like a one-man thing, but you're not just alone, you are with God. Remember the story of Job? His friends came all the way, and instead of them comforting him, they just began telling him that he was a sinner, he needed to repent, that he was wicked. Even the person closer to him, his wife, who was supposed to stand with him during his worst moment, what did she say to Job? She said to him that, why don't you just curse that God and die? You see, so what you have to keep in mind, like, don't be bitter, like, why not people with me? Know that this will happen. I know a lot of story in the Bible seems to be theoretic, because like we can't relate. Most of us can't relate because we have not been there with that such problems. But I believe that the Bible was there. Those people that were ahead of us experienced those things, so that we can be able to be encouraged in the Lord. So guys, as we come through the next month, it's October. As I'm shooting this video, it's 1st of October. I just want to encourage you to just stay in tune with yourself, regardless whether the doors are shutting in on you, like nothing is working. I just want to remind you that God has never left you. God is there for you. Just petition, cry, scream as much as you can, and he will strengthen you. He will give you wisdom and grace to be able to move in this moment, guys. And it's just another month, it's just another 30 days, guys. You don't have to lose yourself in bad relationships. You don't have to lose yourself doing things or giving up on your goals. Keep on doing, keep on achieving until it's December 31st of 2022. That is when we know that the year has ended. But meanwhile, we have another 60 or so days that we can be able to try and achieve. And guys, miracles do happen. Tables turn. Your timing, your calendar is not as God's calendar, guys. So just trust the process, be in the moment, and be patient. And I just pray, guys, that the nini, what do you call it? I just pray, guys, that the grace of God that surpasses all our understanding may be with you. And as I end this video, guys, I just want to pray for you that whatever you're going through, that may God see you through. So I just want to pray, and for you just to believe. Dear God, I just pray for my viewer this morning, or whatever time that are listening or watching to this video. I just pray that whatever they are going through, may you see them through. Some of them, or some of us, have lacked the strength to pray. Some of us, we feel like we have reached the rock bottom. We are applying for those jobs, but we aren't getting. We cannot pay for our rent. Our kids are there. Some of them have been sent out for school fees, but we just pray, God, you're the God of providence, God, that you provide it, God. As we start this new month, God, unlock all the doors, all the opportunities for us, God, so that we can be able to tap in this month with grace, with opportunities, with miracles, and with testimonies, God. Be with us, God. Heal all of those people that are not feeling well, God. Those people that are depressed, God, may you give them hope, God. May you walk them through, God. And even as they continue to watch these videos, God, I pray that they may be encouraged that today is the day that you're sending an angel to them to be able to help them endure, or to be able to help them get out of that situation that they are in, God. And all that I've not prayed, God, may the Holy Spirit intercede on my behalf. In Jesus' name, I pray, trusting and believing. Amen. So, guys, did I say my name? Yeah. So, guys, I'm Hagi Hanari, and guys, I have a podcast. I've never uploaded any of the episodes on YouTube, but I'm working on my season 2. It's on the way, and it's gonna be uploaded here on YouTube. And about the podcast, it's called Purpose Defined. You can always find it on Spotify, Google Podcast, or Apple Podcast, guys, or Google Podcast. Yeah. And it's about purpose. It's as the name suggests, defining. Purpose defined. It's about you getting to define your purpose, understanding your purpose, navigating through your purpose, and fully living each and every day each and every moment of your life. So the first season comprises of 6 episodes that are short and straight to the point, guys. I'm sure you don't want to miss them. I will leave the link in the description below, so go listen to it as we wait for the season 2, which is bigger and better this time, and as I promised, it's gonna be uploaded here on YouTube. So guys, have a wonderful day, stay around here, watch a lot of videos that I have here, subscribe, share this video with one of your friends, and bye bye. I'll see you in my next video.